Ever stopped yourself from sharing a moment of pure joy because of an imaginary argument that you had with yourself in your head? Today, I want to talk to you about battling and overcoming that imposter that tells us that we're not enough. And I say we because it's not just me. I'm going to share with you a moment real quick. I was outside playing with my dogs and I'm throwing the ball and I'm thinking, because I'm always thinking, that's what I do. And I'm like, it's so funny that when the ball bounces, the dog just intuitively knows where to go to catch it. And then I thought, we do that too. And my head starts going, and I'm like, I'm playing with my dogs. This is fun. I'm having fun. And so I'm like, I'm going to grab the blower and just chase the dogs with the blower because that's fun to me. And then I think, that would have been so funny to catch on video because the dogs were doing all sorts of wild things. They're running around the perimeter. I'm standing at the dog door. I'm about to blow the one that's not out. Tasha is not come inside yet, so I'm waiting for her to come inside. I just want to see the look on her face and how she reacts to the blower. Anyway, long story short, I'm laughing so hard and wishing I got this on video and thinking, man, this would be awesome if I would have recorded it and shared it. And then immediately, this led to an internal conflict, which was, okay, well, if I share it, then someone's going to disagree. Some animal lover is going to be like, you can't torture your animals like that. They're going to start talking crap. Uh, the imposter syndrome came up, and it's funny that I was just I'm writing a series for you to describe to you the 5 different types of imposters, and I've been working on it for the last week. And it occurred to me, what type of imposter syndrome is this where I'm literally arguing with myself about a video I've not posted yet. Oh, but it gets deeper. So there's 5 types of imposters. I'm just going to mention the one today, the expert, which is the one that has kept me from posting my content. I just had this thought earlier, and I'm now recording a video that I will soon post. I'm not even going to wait till tomorrow to post it because I know that if I don't do it, I won't do it. So here we go. I'm thinking about posting a video I have not recorded. Mind you, I've not recorded the video. I didn't even get this moment on camera because I was busy enjoying the moment, right? And then I start thinking, and I have this battle with an imaginary troll. Now, mind you, this video is not posted. There is no troll. And so I'm thinking of this person that's arguing with me about how I'm damaging my dogs and I'm a horrible person. And now I'm thinking of my response to this as I'm hanging up my wife's clothes. And I'm like, yeah, well, if I'm a horrible person with the dogs, then you're probably the person that lets your kid roll around in the supermarket because they don't get their way and then caters to that. And that's why we have like, I'm having a full-on argument in the comments section of a video that does not exist. Hands up or drop a comment if you've been here. You haven't even put the thing out there yet and you're already arguing with yourself and using your imagination, the power of your imagination, to create a situation that makes you feel worse. And the power is in our hands to use our imagination and our brains to think about the best possible scenarios. Why is it that we use that same power to torture ourselves? It's like a fantasy in reverse, right? So now I don't even want to post the video that I have not recorded. So I don't even want to record it. And then I start to see the pattern. I started my YouTube channel when I got COVID a couple of years ago, very beginning of the pandemic. I didn't believe in COVID. I didn't think it was a thing. And then I got it. And then I became the person that everyone came to ask questions. How is it? Are you going to die? Is it like, what does it feel like? And I'm like, oh my gosh, here I am doubting the thing that's killing people. And now I feel like an ass. Well, that woke me up to the reality of the fact that I could leave this earth and never leave the impact that I wanted to make. And so I started and I did it and I iterated quickly. And if you look back at the first videos, like I was improving, I was responding to comments. I had my niche down. I had my niche. I was doing the thing. And then I stopped myself from doing the thing right around the time I made a video about imposter syndrome. And then I realized as I'm asking again, hey, what do you want to hear from me? Trying to niche down that my niche is imposter syndrome. My niche is helping you to become a better you because I'm always trying to help me to become a better me. So why not take you along on this journey with me? Back to the story because I go all over the place, but thank you for following with me. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the emotional impact of self-censorship. I haven't even been censored by anyone. No one's trolling me, right? And if they are, I'm not even paying attention these days. So let's say there's a job description, and this is a current situation. I'm supposed to apply for this product owner role, and I just got moved up to product manager, but I come from a background of UX. And if you know my story, before UX, I was a waiter. So the imposter syndrome starts all over again because I'm brand new to product management. So I'm supposed to apply for this role, but I read the job description. Put it in the comments. Have you ever read a job description that's made you not apply? It's real. The people that write the job descriptions, they don't even know what they're creating the job description for. Like the role that they're creating it for, they don't even know it half the time. So I'm reading it and I'm like, I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't know what that is. I'm convincing myself. I'm using that same power of my imagination to convince myself that I'm not qualified, even though I'm already doing the work and I'm already getting paid to do the work, right? I'm denying myself before anyone else denies me. And the difference between self-censorship and professionalism, and trust me, they relate. If I'm going to self-censor myself, I'm going to privately deny myself from the world, which is the most selfish thing I can do, right? Because God put me here for a purpose, and I keep doing that purpose for free daily. And I'm not, the only difference between me and the people that I watch on YouTube is they turn the camera on, right? Instead of, and here, the follow me, the circle is about to close. Professionalism, I am publicly acknowledged for a thing. The only difference between me and a professional YouTuber is that they are recognized public for YouTubing. So I can either let the self-censorship make me privately deny myself, or I can do the thing, I can be the person I need to be, do the thing I need to do to have the result I need to have, and have people publicly confess that I am a professional at it because now I'm doing it, right? Anything that I've actually gotten in life has come from just showing up and being that kind of person and doing those kind of things, and then I magically have the thing I want. If I don't have something, it's because I don't want it bad enough, and I haven't thought about who I need to be in order to have it. So, battling with this imaginary troll, and I think back to how many times in my life I've battled with an imaginary troll, whether it's the voice of my mother, my sister, a bully from fifth grade, someone that didn't like something I did. A million people can like what I do. And if one person disagrees, all of a sudden, I'm not good enough, I'm a piece of crap, and I'm only focused on the one person that didn't like it. Now, I want to talk back to the power of intuition. The thing that got me thinking about recording a video was the reflection I was having about how my dog just knows exactly where that ball is going to land. She knows where to start running before I even throw the ball. And then sometimes it's like a game. She'll just kind of like let it bounce just so she can show off when she jumps in the air perfectly and grabs it, or parkours off the fence to grab it. There's something about intuition that when you're authentically yourself and you're true to who you were meant to be in this life, and you actually show up as yourself, you don't have to try, you don't have to pretend, you don't have to prepare. You just show up as the you that you were meant to be, and then it's not work. And then you don't have to deal with a bunch of people that don't like you, that you have to try to show up as a different person for. No, if they don't like you and they stop fooling with you because of who you are, then thank you. Thank you for removing yourself, right? Because now what's going to happen is the people that resonate with you are going to start attracting to you. And then you get to work with people you love to work with, who love who you are and what you do. And you don't even you don't even have to focus on imaginary, much less real trolls. So let's talk about it. Intuition can guide us to make decisions that align with our true selves. And so trusting that intuition, right? My intuition told me that I need to sit down and record this video because imposter syndrome has taken a hold of me for so long. I've I was just telling my wife, I'm addicted to collecting information and putting it in Google Docs, or now I've got Notion, so I've organized it into systems of what I can do, and talking to Chat GPT and giving it my information and telling me to validate. I'm looking for validation from a computer when I used to look for validation from people. And now it's like, you know what? I can get all the prep in the world. I can study, I can watch all these YouTube videos, I can compile all this information, I can have all these plans, I can have all these ideas, all these series. And every time I sit down to hit record, another idea comes and I don't record something and I don't post it. And just, if you're lucky, you get 4,000 weeks in your life. And I don't know about you, but as you get older, every time you look up, it's Friday. And if you work Monday through Friday, then every time you look up, it's a weekend and you don't have enough time in the weekend to do anything. And I can come up with that excuse and use that excuse for myself too, right? There's never enough time. I cut out social media for a week and gained 20 hours back. Ask me what I did with that 20 hours. I withdrew from social media, right? I was lethargic, I was confused, I didn't know what to do with myself, I had so much time. And then work called and it was like, we've got this new thing for you to do. And that thing was interesting, and all of a sudden I didn't need my ADHD meds because I was focused, because I had a purpose, right? So because of purpose and intuition and trusting, all of a sudden, not only did I have 20 more hours to do something with, but I didn't feel the drain of all the emotional fatigue that comes with having to make 1,000 tiny micro decisions every time I open social media. It's like, do I like this? Do I want to share? Do I want to comment? What do I think of this comment? What do I think of this person's comment? Well, now I'm in the comments on one post, and that's just one post. And it seems like I got on my phone for one thing, and then I opened up social media because there was a notification, and then 2 hours of my life is gone, and I don't know what just happened. We're only 13 minutes into this video. So 2 hours versus 30, I can make 4 of these videos in that time, maybe more. I'm not doing math right now. The math ain't mathin'. So I just want to talk to you about a few strategies to overcome this self-doubt. So awareness is key in changing anything. The first step in Alcoholics Anonymous tells us that we admitted that we were powerless over alcohol and that it made our lives unmanageable. So the first step in solving any problem is admitting that there is a problem. And so the acknowledgement that I am self-sabotaging, that imposter is about to take over, whether it's the expert, the soloist, the perfectionist, the natural genius. I always forget the fifth in a list of 5. Why? I don't know. Don't ask me. But tune in for the series. Comment below if you're ready for that series, because I am too. It should be out sometime. You know what? I'm going to promise you by next week I'll have this series ready for you. At least video number 1. Hold me accountable in the comments. And share this with a friend that will hold me accountable in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Yeah, YouTube jargon. Anyway, recognize when you're self-sabotaging. Recognize when that imposter is talking you out of it, and then do it. So my mantra became, it started with, if anything scares you, well, it started with a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. Do one thing every day that scares you. And that was a challenge to me because it was like, I ain't afraid of nothing. Tell me why I was afraid to eat in front of other people. And that was the first thing I realized that I was scared of. It's the first thing I realized I was scared of. And then I just started noticing all the other things that I had rationalized to myself that I just don't do those things, or I'm not that type of person, or there was always an excuse for why I didn't do something, but I didn't realize that was fear. And then fast forward throughout the years, the layers of the onion keep peeling back, and I realized that procrastination is a manifestation of fear, and overthinking is a manifestation of fear. Imposter syndrome is a whole Pandora's box of layers of fears. And busyness is also a manifestation of fear. And so when there's something that I know I need to be doing and I keep pushing it off or putting it off, that's because I'm afraid of the success, because that comes with responsibility, and that comes with even more imposter syndrome. And then I'm afraid of failure because even though I know what to do when I fail, I know how to get from the bottom to the middle again, or even the top in some cases. It doesn't feel good to fail. But if you just recognize when you're self sabotaging and then take a different path, you'll silence the inner critic. Positive affirmations, as much as they are cliche, just telling yourself, and I call it the badass list. I learned this from my coach. You make a list of the times where you are on your A game, at your best in life, doing the thing that you love to do, feeling good about yourself. Like, make a list of your accomplishments. You have already achieved so much, right? There's everything you already know, and there's enough to get started. And just imagine this Venn diagram with me for a minute, because I'm not even going to take time to edit this video. There's a Venn diagram, and there's everything I already know, and there's enough to get started, and there's this intersection right here in the middle. You already know enough to get started, and you'll learn more as you go. So give yourself the positive affirmations of your past accomplishments. If just saying, I am this and I feel this, like those, I put an old iPad in my water filter downstairs so that my water can have positive affirmations. So when I drink my water, I just drink the affirmations and get them by osmosis. And then reality checks, like really think. So give you an example of this positive affirmation. I had to positively affirm that I could come up here and make this video for you based on what just happened, and trust that I'm going to have everything I need without a script. I have a basic outline here in front of me, but without a full script to keep me on track, because if a script takes who I am out of it, right? I had to positively affirm that I could do it. I had to recognize that I was about to self-sabotage. I had to silence my inner critic and just do it, because I could have said, I'm going to do this tomorrow and procrastinate on it, right? And then not done it. Um, and then the reality check was that there is no troll. There is not even a video that I posted to have a troll. There's not even a comment section to argue with the troll in. That video doesn't exist. None of that happened anywhere else except for in my head. But you know what I did notice about that was that even though none of it happened, I felt all of those emotions. Now, I'm going to tie that back here in just a second. So, if you feel yourself doubting yourself, tell yourself, self, I can, I will, I am, I must. Something that is empowering, because you are worth it. You deserve it. It's one thing that, somebody probably tried to silence you early on, or, junior high was cruel to you, or you had a bad relationship and someone broke you down. We've all been there. There are other circumstances where I can't even fathom the things that may have taken you to the level where you don't believe in yourself, but just know that I'm here with you. I'm here for you. We're going to walk this journey together. I've been trying to niche down and figure out what it is I'm going to tell you. And because I battle with imposter syndrome, and I know that everyone I run into, whether they're highly successful or they're young and haven't achieved anything yet, they still feel the same. And there's an African proverb that says, everyone's been a child, but no one's ever been an adult. And after hearing that proverb from my mentor, Godfred, I never saw the world the same again. We're all children of God, nonetheless, right? But we're all children. And we all battle with the same human condition, the same am I enoughness, right? So, what was it I was just about to come back to? Did you catch that one? uh, it'll come back to me exactly when it's supposed to. So, oh man, I hate it when that happens. I really do. But you've seen it. And I'm sure when I go back and watch this and edit it for shorts, I'll see it and then I'll remember and it'll spark another video. And that's the beauty of just starting, right? Because if I didn't make this video, I wouldn't have anything to go back and fix. I wouldn't have any failures or mistakes or anything to iterate on. I want to encourage you to embrace your authentic self. There's something of joy that you've wanted to share and you have not shared it for the fear of judgment or criticism. Stop that. I've been there and know how painful it can be. And I know that that person that you're trying to hide from this world, that person that you think everyone is going to think is weird, newsflash, normal is only a setting on a dishwasher and a dryer, maybe a washer. I'm afraid of normal people because why are you so programmed to just go through the motions without questioning everything? I want you to share with me if you feel safe, if you feel comfortable. I hope I make you feel like a safe space. I want you to comment on how you might have had an experience with this same situation where you've talked yourself out of sharing something joyous with the world because of the fear of judgment or criticism, or the imposter, the expert that feels like you need to justify why you're doing something to nobody, because nobody's ever really going to attack you the way you attack yourself. So share with me in the comments if you've experienced and overcome a similar situation, or if there's something I can help you with. If you're battling with imposter syndrome and there's something I mentioned that touched you here, please do share that with me in the comments. Please share this with someone that you know it can help. I know that everyone knows a content creator or an aspiring something, and we're all aspiring to be something but afraid to start it because we don't have time. We always have time. It's, are we going to make the time? Are we going to make it happen? That's
Oh
it.
my God. I just remembered what I was going to tie back. Okay, here we go. So remember when I was talking about how none of it happened, like actually happened, but it made me feel the way as if it happened? Okay. I told you it'd come back. So I went and viewed a mansion the other day. It was $4.1 million. And I just wanted to see what that experience was like. I wanted to create the memory in my head because my brain doesn't know the difference between a memory and a visualization. And I can use that either way it goes. Whether I'm fantasizing about, whether I'm fantasizing in reverse about something that I don't want to happen and creating that feeling inside of me, or I'm going to the BMW dealership and qualifying for a $100,000 car by myself, blowing my mind and creating a memory that I drove a BMW. This is not new. I can do this. I've done this before. I remember that, even though it's not a memory. I'm creating a memory of the future. I've walked through a mansion. I know what it feels like to look and experience and breathe it in and sit in it and walk through the closet that looks like a department store. Like, I've created that memory in me so that one day I too can experience that. I just realized I didn't even plug in the mic for this, so it might sound different. I'm so sorry. That's all I had. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hate me if you really feel the need to take it there. We can address that too. Question me, question you. Question everything, because that's what we do.